Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. So, I have done the Demi Delta breakdown. That was what everyone was super excited for, and honestly the main reason why I wanted to do those videos was because of Demi Delta, or that one video. Also, I probably should explain something very quickly. The first video got copyright struck, and so I had deleted it and then re-uploaded it again, hoping that it fixed the problem. However, the new video also got copyright struck because of the background music. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it be for now and I'll deal with it later. There's not really a lot I can do about it. I mean, other than deleting it all over again, and I don't feel like doing that. So anyway, I want to get straight into breaking down Delta. So I am a huge fan of Delta. I like her skills a lot. I like her kit. I think she's very unique in that way. I don't think she's at all any stronger than some of the other Earth elements. The problem is that, like, obviously Rey is an attacker, so she's designed to do a lot of damage. And I feel like everyone is going to immediately compare Delta to Rey, even though she plays a completely different role. So it's really messed up to try to directly compare the two of them. And I don't even think I'll put some cards on the table. I don't even think it's worth comparing her to, like, Kappa, mainly because Kappa also plays a completely different role. I mean, yeah, Kappa does some decent damage if you fucking crank out her defense. The problem is that we already know that defensive based characters are broken because of somebody. Canon. I'm watching you. And, you know, Kappa kind of falls under the same kind of she falls under the same kind of thing, and, you know, Delta doesn't. She kind of actually falls more along the lines of, like, not even like Demi Stella. I genuinely think she's a very unique character in what she does, and I don't really have a way to word it any other way. She's just very unique, and I like that about her. I like that about this character. She doesn't really follow a lot of what the other characters want to do. She kind of does her own thing, and I think in the right setting she can do amazing. Especially when you pair her with characters that really benefit from counterattacks. I think she's going to do a phenomenal job, personally. So, with my blabbing out of the way, let's start covering her skills. So, her S1 Delta Burst, I only have it at level 2 because I don't think it's all that important until you get to level 5. And I don't have the ability to get it to level 5 just yet, so I don't think it's too worth it. Anyway, Delta Burst attacks an enemy when the target's max health is equal to or lower than Delta's max health. This attack penetrates 30% of the target's defense. This skill's damage dealt increases proportional to max health instead of attack. And at level 5, the max level, which is what makes it really important, you just always get plus 30% pen against bosses, because her max HP will never outdo a boss's max HP, because, you know, they have like 1.7 million most of the time. So you won't be able to outdo their health, and that's why you get the plus 30% penetration. When you first get her, you'll have up to level 2, but level 3 is nice. Level 1, you just get a little bit of a damage increase, not bad. Level 2, you get some weakness gauge damage increase, again, not bad. And then at level 3, changes to enhanced skill, removes all debuffs from the caster and also increases the damage. Really quickly, because I don't have her at 3 stars just yet, Let me show you what that animation is, mainly because it's kind of cool. Let me... Okay. I hope this plays it. Punch. So, it is a cool like little animation for the enhanced attack. It's worth seeing. Nope, skills. It is super nice, and I'm being able to do some extra weakness gauge damage. I mean, like level 1 and level 2 is nice, but being able to remove all debuffs from the caster and also increase the damage. I mean, removing any kind of debuff from her is huge, especially if you're running into like any kind of teams that are like curse based or bosses that are curse based, anything like that. It's a very good way to kind of handle it. And you know that she kind of always will have a way to cleanse herself, and it's only 120 AP rather than like a 180 AP or a 160. It's a 120, which is super manageable. I mean, that's super easy to get to. Her S2, her passive, this is what I really, really like. Prepares the revenge effect for every cooldown cycle of this skill. When revenge is activated, attacks the target and has a 100% chance each to grant counterattack to all allies for 1 turn. And then the damage increases proportional to max health instead of attack. So she will counterattack when a debuff is inflicted on an ally during an enemy's turn. So enemy goes and they drop a debuff on an ally, boom, she triggers her revenge, and then now on top of that, everybody on your side also gets counterattack. I think it's a very powerful skill. Being able to give all of your characters counterattack, if they don't already have counterattack, being able to do this is super nice. It does have a cooldown of 3 turns. However, I mean, that's not bad. And there are ways to reduce that. I mean, you can throw on like Stirrup, and Stirrup can reduce this cooldown. And then for her S3, Delta's Forbidden Technique, attacks an enemy and grants counterattack for 1 turn when the target is a boss or the target's max health is equal to or lower than Delta's max health. This attack penetrates 30% of the target's defense. Again, it scales with HP instead of attack. And then you can increase the damage and reduce skill cooldown and +1 turn effect duration. So then you can get counterattack for 2 turns instead. She has a chain passive as a chain companion. Damage dealt by, obviously, proportional to max health instead of attack. And then after attacking, grants counterattack for a turn. And there's no way to increase that by a turn unless this also changes to with this. I don't know if it will change with Delta's Forbidden Technique or not. Doesn't look like it, but it might. I have no idea. And then with that, we're going to talk about her exclusive equipment, Gleipnir. Legendary exclusive equipment reduces water damage taken by 20%. So not really all that helpful, considering, I mean, she's an earth unit and she reduces the water damage take. That doesn't make a lot of sense. That really doesn't make a lot of sense unless they had the every intention of her being for Tyrant Toddler, and that's why they did this, and the fucking Ice Bitch Glistless or whatever her name is, unless that's what they had in mind, which is entirely possible as well. And then as her bonus effect, increase weakness gauge damage of counterattack by 50%, and then if you can get it to +10 enhancement, increases damage of counterattack by 50%. Huge power bump with that. It is absolutely wild. And I just threw on a Rogue's Charm. I like the crit. Alright. Now for the gear. Here's where we might have some disagreements, and I'm willing to argue and I'm willing to discuss, because this is my I'm being a little bit of a mad scientist. Here are her stats. Right? here are her stats.
List IO.
I'm being a little bit of a mad scientist, but not too much. Ready? Yeah. So, Violent Sledgehammer increases her damage proportional to her missing health. If her health is going down, she has a lot of it, and it's proportional based on her percentage of max health. So as her health goes down, her damage is going to go up, and she'll have bigger windows of increased damage. And then I like this one, a Prima Vista. I like the idea of giving her a barrier when she counterattacks. 50% of her attack only once per turn. Yeah, I know it's not a lot. I mean, 50% of her attack is like 1350 or something like that. Actually, that's closer to 13. But the thing is that I like the idea of her having a barrier, because a barrier doesn't count for her HP, so that way Violent Sledgehammer doesn't actually, like, it if she is down to, like, let's just say that Violent Sledgehammer maxes out at 50%, right? If she's at 45% HP but 10% shield, Violent Sledgehammer still gives her the 50% HP bonus, damage bonus, rather than being at 55% HP and maybe it only gives you 28% damage bonus or something. Also, none of these are reforged at all, and I gotta work on them a little bit. But I like these two as options. You could also, I don't think Surefire Javelin is really all that helpful for her. It's not like you're going to be attacking multiple times to really get Surefire Javelin to work. Twin Bee, I mean, Twin Bee isn't bad. Again, I'm using Violent Sledgehammer. Snow White Embrace isn't bad. However, I don't think it's as good, in my opinion. The next one is Phantom Necrosis. Again, I love Phantom Necrosis. I think it's a super fun weapon. However, I don't think it fits for her. She does actually kind of want some speed. For any of the new weapons, Briar's Recklessness, 50% chance to grant increased defenses for 1 turn after using a single target skill. That's not bad for her, but she's not going to get anything from increased defenses as much as like Karin or Cannon would. And then Gorgon's Wrath, 50% chance to grant increased attack for turn. Not really helpful for her either, since she's HP based. Accessory, Death's Hold, increases penetration. That one's not bad. You know, Death's Hold isn't bad. Clock Up, I don't think Clock Up's that helpful, especially since she has a self-cleanse. Dancer's Bracelet, she doesn't have anything that relies on effectiveness, so I think that's practically worthless. Glorious Radiance Orb, that's not bad. However, if you're going to be critting with her all the time, I don't think it's that helpful. A Prima Vista, of course. So, I mean, realistically, the only other one I could really see is maybe Clock Up. If it works, if this works as though you get the increased critical damage and then you self-cleanse, it's not bad. But if you cleanse before Clock Up has a chance to work, then that's pretty bad. Death's Hold is realistically the only base game one that I really see being more beneficial. And that's barely. The Ambition increases damage dealt to enemies with lower accuracy than the wearer by 25%. This one's not bad. Another way to increase damage, you can probably build her up a good bit of accuracy if you really want to. I mean, that's not a bad idea, honestly. If that's what you wanted to do, you could totally do that. Why do we have 2? Did they add more that I just didn't know about? Oh, they're Ranger and what the hell?
Music license.
Hey guys, I found a bug. I found a bug. It's repeating the same gear. Yeah. It just started repeating the same gear over and over. That's so weird because it's the Ranger effectiveness, and then it's the mage speed. effectiveness, speed, effectiveness, speed, effectiveness, speed. That's so weird. Alright, let me stop thinking about that. And then a 50% chance to increase accuracy for 1 turn when inflicted with a debuff at the start of the turn. Again, if she self-cleanses before this happens, it's not worth it. But if the cleanse happens after, I mean, maybe. I could see how that would be helpful. And then for gear, I just like running with good HP gear. My stat priorities for her right now are HP, a high crit chance, high crit damage, a good amount of speed, and then a little bit of accuracy to make sure we're hitting things, because I see a lot of people running some more evasive characters, because I think everyone's kind of realized that if you run high evasion characters, that, you know, they have a lower chance of getting hit. At least in my PvP zone right now, I'm running into a lot more people who are running evasiveness builds. So I'm trying to up my accuracy a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I gotta min-max some of these rolls, but I definitely think that for stat priority, it's HP, crit chance, speed, crit damage, and then a little bit of accuracy. You want her to be able to go kind of fast. I mean, 157 isn't too bad. That is matched up with my Drakon currently, or a little bit faster than my Drakon. Slower than my Cannon, a little bit faster than my Nella, so she'll kind of probably be playing from the back realistically on your teams. At least how I have her built. I mean, Ember's faster than her right now. Christina is literally just 105 flat. Literally not a single buff for it. That's funny. But I mean, 102 base speed at 3 stars right now, because don't forget, she's only at 3 stars. She will go up. And that actually just reminded me. I forgot, we're going over Transcendent stars. So, at 4 stars, you'll get a plus 5% ally team defense. So a way to increase your defense. And then at 5 stars, you'll get burst level 3. At 6 stars, you get plus 5% ally team defense. So having plus team defense is super valuable. I mean, being able to increase your defense and overall bulkiness of your team, I think, is super valuable. I can't really think of anything that isn't more valuable than being able to help your team survive just a little bit longer. I mean, 5% defense, maybe we'll let them live an addition 1 extra hit, unless it's like, you know, fucking Demi or Jaste, and then you're just kind of screwed anyways. But I mean, most other characters, 5% might be enough to maybe live another hit. Maybe. And that to me is worth having. I mean, having that little bit of extra defense is super helpful. But yeah, I think that's going to be it, actually. I mean, there's not as much to cover with her as her other copy. And that's because her other copy is a little bit more technical with, you know, ether boost and everything else. So there's a little bit more to talk about. But I like the idea of her being able to just mass give everybody counterattack. I think her and my Karin would get along great. Minus 16 speed. Makes me laugh every time. I'm so glad I made that. I use Karin all the time. I use Karin all the time. It is so funny to see the damage that she does. It is totally absurd, and I haven't even, like... What happens if I break through? I'm getting distracted, but... Oh, I already did that. Like... I think it's so funny. Seeing the minus 16 speed.
Music licensing reimagined.
But, yeah, as I was saying, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you guys found it entertaining. I hope you guys found it informative. Feel free to leave me your builds down below in the comments, and I will take a look at them, and I will maybe test some out. I'm always okay with, if you want to leave your build idea, throw some gear down there. Tell me your stat priorities and how you're building your Delta. And maybe I'll try out some other builds. And if I find one that I really like, I'll do a video about it, and I'll flash your comment on the screen, and I'll give you a little shout out for it. I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to, try some stuff out, mainly because this game is so free and being able to try out a lot of different things. I mean, realistically, Karin is not a PvP unit. She is more of a PvE unit, which is why I was able to have more fun with her with making the Mad Scientist build with Phantasm Necrosis. Don't get me wrong, was it a dumb idea? Probably. Was it fun? Absolutely. Do I have any regrets? Nope, not even a little bit. I do not regret making this build at all. I think this was absolutely hilarious and super fun to make. And I have no intention of, if I see a character that I can totally do that with, I'm going to. Right now I'm working on little Vlada here. Trying to get that speed up a little bit higher and trying to get that crit chance up a little bit higher. But this is what we're working with so far. If you guys want to see, I'll show you. This was my most recent project. This was the one I've been working on for a little bit, mainly because of me trying to set everything up going into this season. I wanted to try to climb as fast as I could, but I realized that climbing right now is a little bit of an impossibility because of the current meta. So yeah, after seeing that, that's kind of what I'm running with. I could probably change that health out for something, change that effectiveness out for something.
Music licensing reimagined.
But yeah. This has been like my little project on the side for PvP that I've been doing. Now that she's about done, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to run this team that I'm trying to come up with for PvP. I'm trying to climb PvP as high as possible, and I'm getting off topic again. My bad. The ADHD is hitting a little bit different today. But yeah, we're going to be trying to climb PvP. Right now we're in Platinum 3. And I will give you guys an update because the season reset happens in 1 day, 19 hours. Never mind. I literally haven't played at all. I've had one victory defend. I will be doing that probably next week. Just throwing everything I have at it, seeing how far I can go. Just because I'm curious to see how far I can climb in PvP currently. I'll give you guys a video on that. Starting, I'll give you a video on when I start, show you guys what my numbers are at, where I'm starting, and then I will give you an update video towards the end. I'll probably just smash it into one video, take that video of the first little bit, kind of talking about the plan for the PvP team, how I'm going to be testing it throughout the week, and then I will slap it at the beginning of the other video that I'll do at the end of the PvP week, talking about the team, what I felt of it, and any kind of other issues that I had with it. I think I have it. I think I had it at one point. I don't have it right now, so I'll have to recreate it, and I will show you guys what it's looking like. All right, but with that, I'm gonna leave this video here. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the support you guys give me. I will say, your support is very, very valuable to me. I love your guys' input. I love seeing your guys' comments. I try to respond to them in whichever way I know how. When you leave me an open-ended comment, I don't really know how to respond to that, so I always just give you a like, letting you know that I see it, and I move on. Because I don't want to try to respond to something that I don't know how to respond to. So I apologize for that in advance.
Music licensing reimagined.
But as you're scrolling down to find your next YouTube video, on your way down, if you could hit that like button and subscribe for me, that would be super appreciative. We're at 57 subs right now. Like I said, my goal is to hit 100 by June, by the middle of June. That's my birthday. My birthday's on June 17th. I'd love to hit 100 subs before my birthday. That'd be awesome. Thanks, Delta. I really do appreciate everything, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. See you guys in the next one. Peace.